Hi guys. So I picked a sentence surgeon this week that honestly is a little tough. So if you already noticed, your copy already has these things written down on them because I really liked the imagery that was in there. But then after I typed down the sentence and had printed them all out, I was like, oh no, I just realized it's like the second sentence surgeons. You guys aren't ready to do all of this so quickly. So it will be a slightly longer video, but hopefully since you're not writing down all of the words, it'll be a little faster. But it's from the book Jabari Jumps. And the sentence is, Jabari took a deep breath and felt it fill his body from the ends of his hair right down to the tips of his toes. And if we are trying to decide the type of sentence, we have to look at the punctuation at the end of the sentence. That is a period. So that means the sentence is either going to be a declarative sentence, which actually, I have that word right here. Declarative, which is just a regular statement, or an imperative, which can end with a period or an exclamation mark, but it's a command or an order, like eat your food. So this isn't commanding anybody to do something, so we're going to call this another declarative sentence. So far we haven't had anything other than declarative, and most of our sentences are declarative because many sentences we use in real life are just a statement. Sentence structure, we'll get to that in a second. And we're also going to skip subject and predicate. So the words that I already highlighted are words that are a little bit more complicated as far as parts of speech go. And I really wanted to focus mostly today on nouns, adjectives, and verbs. But for instance, we have a, which is an article. Another article that we have listed is the. And we also have the again. So the words a and the are all considered articles, and you just need to memorize that list. They're very short words. They don't have a lot of purpose other than pulling the whole sentence together. So a and the are considered articles. We have a couple of pronouns, which are words that replace nouns. So instead of repeating the word breath or repeating the word Jabari from our sentence over and over and over again, it replaces it. So right here it says, Jabari took a deep breath and felt it. So what is the it? It's the breath. So instead of saying Jabari took a deep breath and felt breath fill his body, instead of saying his, we could say Jabari again. So the sentence could be, Jabari took a deep breath and felt breath fill Jabari's body from the ends of Jabari's hair right down to the tips of Jabari's toes. That's too much. We don't talk like that. So instead, we replace it sometimes with pronouns. And don't forget, you always have this parts of speech paper to help you figure these out. So pronouns used in place of a noun. So I, me, you, my, them, they, his, her, him, she, it. That's just some of them. But here's it, his, and his. And those are pronouns. Okay, we also recognize prepositions already. So prepositions are words that kind of show, if we look at our notes, it explains that prepositions show a relationship of a noun or pronoun to another word. So words like between, under, after, near, of, with, and there's way more than just those. There's also like above, underneath, things like that. So in our sentence, some of the words that are prepositions are the word from, which actually I wish that was on your list. Maybe we should add that on your list. The word from is a preposition. And we'll talk more about these all throughout the year, over and over and over and over and over again. There's also the word of, which is one that I had to memorize at the beginning because of is a little harder to understand. And down, because down is like the direction it goes. It's showing positioning. Preposition. Okay. And those are all the ones I already gave to you. So at this point now we're going to think about nouns. Just nouns. Nouns are people, places, or things. All right, so the first word is Jabari. Jabari is a person. So that is a noun. Specifically, there's a type of noun that we're going to learn about later called a proper noun, which is a very specific person, place, or thing. And Jabari is the name of a person, so it's a proper noun. Proper nouns are always capitalized, like Jabari's name. Okay, Jabari took deep breath. Okay, breath is a thing. So this is also a noun. The word and, felt, fill, body. Ooh, body's a thing. So we're going to write down noun for our body. Ends. Okay, the end of something is a thing. So it's a noun. But guess what? There's more than one of it. It says the ends. There's more than one. So when we have more than one noun, it's usually referred to as something called a plural noun. Plural noun. That means there's more than one. All right, then the word hair. Hair is also a noun. Right. Oh, I just realized I forgot a preposition right here. Some of you probably already noticed that and probably already walked up to me saying, Miss Phillips, you forgot a preposition. Okay, it's here. Okay. Tips. A tip of something is also a thing. It has an S on the end, so it's a noun. It's a plural noun. There is more than one tip. Oh my gosh, I forgot another preposition. Look at me. Oh, see, that's why I did all this before I even started this video, because I was trying to imagine you guys writing the word preposition 1,000 times and some of you not even really understanding what a preposition is yet, and it just felt like a little much. So I'm sorry about that. I should pick my sentence a little more carefully. All right, and then toes. Toes are things and ends with an S. It means it's a noun, but specifically a plural noun because there's more than one toe. Cool, we got all of our things taken care of. All right, now we're going to look for action, which is our verbs. Okay, Jabari took. Okay, if you take something, is an action. So yes, this is a verb, specifically an action verb. Deep, that's not a verb. You can't deep something. Okay, and not a verb. Felt, you can feel something. Okay, and if we notice took and felt, those are things that already happened before. Already happened. It happened in the past. So later in the year, we're going to talk about past tense, present tense, future tense, but we don't have to focus on it so much right now. So that's a verb and that's a verb. Fill, okay, if you can fill something, that is a verb. It's an action. Another verb. Okay, write. Write is not a verb. You don't do write. Well, okay, that statement meant, I get what you say, but no, I can't write down the street. I can W-R-I-T, but I can't R-I-G-H-T. All right, now let's look for words that are describing words. Okay, so Jabari took a deep breath. Okay, deep. What is the breath? It's deep. So deep is describing the type of breath. So we're going to write the word adjective because adjectives are words that describe nouns. So deep describes the breath. All right, and felt it fill his body from the ends of his hair right down. Okay, right. So right down, that's tricky because right is describing the down. What kind of down? Right down. And down is not a noun. So that means that this is a describing word, but it's describing something that's not a noun. So that means it's going to be called an adverb. An adverb describes a word that's not a noun. All right, we have identified the parts of speech for all of the words except for the word and I have it underlined. The reason I have it underlined is because the word and is taking this part. Jabari took a deep breath. That could be by itself. That could be a sentence alone. And the other part, which is felt it, and Jabari's who felt it. So Jabari felt it fill his body from the ends of his hair right down to the tips of his toes. That is combining the two sentences, is joining them. So that is called a conjunction. Conjunction. It's putting two things together. So it's taking this part and that part. Now, the interesting thing about that is that because that could be a sentence by itself, and this could be a sentence by itself, and there's a conjunction that joins it, that means that this type of sentence is not a simple sentence like last week. It's called a compound sentence because it's joined by a conjunction. And both parts of that sentence can be by itself. All right, this video is already 10 minutes long, so I'm going to try to speed up. So the subject is what's doing the action. The action I see is took. So who took? Jabari took. Okay, another verb is felt. Who felt? Jabari felt. Okay, another one is fill. So what filled? The breath filled. And then no more nouns. So we're really just going to focus on, because two of those verbs applied to Jabari, we're going to make Jabari the subject. And Jabari took. And Jabari felt. All right, the last thing I wanted to mention is this right here. Felt it from his body. Felt it fill his body from the ends of his hair right down to the tips of his toes. He is exaggerating, because when you take a breath that deep, you can feel your muscles move, but is the breath really filling your whole body? No, it's not. Your breath is only able to fill your lungs. So this is using a hyperbole, which is a type of figurative language. It is an exaggeration. Hyperbole. All right, thanks guys.